Hey Rangers fans, this is Rangers Daily. I'm your host Todd Werwa, and we've got a happy recap to go through. A win 4-0 in Buffalo, first win of the season, and after looking sluggish, especially at the start, but throughout most of the game against Pittsburgh, the Rangers came out firing on all cylinders. Hey, before we get into it, just a reminder, subscribe, ring the bell for updates, and to all of you who have left comments, thank you. I appreciate it. I've read them all, good, bad, indifferent. I appreciate all of them. So thank you. Keep leaving comments, and please subscribe and ring the bell. All right, let's get into this 4-0 win over Buffalo. They came out, JT Miller's line came out charged right from the get-go. Mike Sullivan said, obviously, we had way more energy from the start. Might have been our best period since training camp started, and it's tough to disagree with him. They outshot Buffalo 16-11 in the first period, but at one point it was 11-2. At one point it was 16-7. Sounds pretty good. Alexis Lafreniere got the scoring started in the first period, and it really looked like a different team. It looked like this is the Mike Sullivan scenario that we're hoping comes to fruition as the team develops. Now, it got a little squirrely late in the period, maybe 5 minutes to go or so. Buffalo started turning the tide, which led to a very difficult second period for the Rangers. They were outshot 14-5 in the second, but the start was great. Alexis Lafreniere, we'll talk about him in a minute. Like I said, started the scoring in the first period. Carson Soucy with a goal, JT Miller with a goal, and then Adam Fox added an empty netter in the third period for the 4-0 win. Let's talk a little bit about the penalty kill. Starting the season 5 of 5. Perfect. They were 4 of 4 on the night against Buffalo. Some not so great penalties, but so far the penalty kill has been good. The power play is a whole nother issue. That needs some work. Vincent Trocheck went down in the second period and didn't come back in the game. It caused JT Miller to take some double shifts, Mika to move back to the middle. Be interesting to see what some lineup changes might be if Trocheck has to miss, either of the games over the weekend or extended time. We'll see what it is. No update after the game. Igor Shesterkin was amazing, stopped all 37 shots. So he stopped 27 of 28 in the first game and 37 of 37 in the second game. Now, I'm not going to do the math, but I will tell you that's a .985 save percentage. That's why Igor's the highest paid goaltender in the history of the NHL. He's pretty good. It's his 22nd shutout, eighth most in New York Rangers history. He's only 2 behind the 5th spot, which is held by Mike Richter, Gump Worsley, and Chuck Rayner. So pretty lofty company he's getting himself into, and he's been around a little bit, but it feels like he's just begun, I guess. It's sort of tough to say. He's not the veteran, but he's not the youngster, but he still has so much of his future ahead of him. So he's heading into lofty company, that's for sure. Let's get to Alexis Lafreniere because he was so good in this game. His goal was just a thing of brute beauty, I'd like to call it. He gets the rebound just about at the goal line, a little under it, is hounded by defenseman and goalie Alex Lyon. He reaches back in the little space between Lyon's skate blade and the goalpost and reaches back and tucks it in. And it was just a powerful, tough goal. And that's what we've started to really see from Lafreniere. And that's the way Mike Sullivan wants him to play. That's the way any coach has wanted him to play, is to show that tenacity, show that toughness. And maybe he's really turning the corner, and this is the kind of player he's going to be, and be really good in front, be really good in difficult spots. He also had a beautiful forecheck on JT Miller's deflection goal off a shot from Braden Schneider. He chipped it in and then won the puck in the corner. It was just a very, very pretty play. And again, toughness, winning the puck, winning battles in the corner, winning battles in front. That's what Lafreniere needs to do. Now, listen to this stat. You won't believe it, but it comes from the Rangers, so I trust it to be true. The Rangers are 69, 11, and 5 in the 85 regular season games when he scores. Yeah, that's insane. That's how much they need him. That's how much he means to the overall success of the club. Now, is he a generational talent at the number one overall draft pick spot like a Connor McDavid was? No, but nobody's Connor McDavid. Nobody's a Sidney Crosby. These number one overall picks that are truly generational. But at even strength, boy, he is good, and he really does his job well. So keep an eye on the continuing development of Lafreniere and how they want him to play. I wouldn't say as a power forward, but they want him to play tough. They want him to get his shots. They want him to be tenacious in front, tenacious in the corners, and play that 200-foot game as well. Be defensively responsible. And tonight he was really, really, really good. Another person who was really, really, really good was JT Miller. Like I mentioned, with Trocheck out, he had to do some double shifting. He lost Mika on his line as Mika moved to center, and he had a goal and an assist as well. His goal was a deflection off the shot by Braden Schneider, a nice tip up here that bounced the puck in front of Alex Lyon and scored the third goal. He also, like I said, he set the tone at the beginning of the game that this was not going to be a sluggish, we don't have a whole lot of energy, we're not going to play physical kind of game like the other night. This was JT Miller putting the team on his back and saying, this is how we're going to play tonight, boys, and that's what a captain does. He's nursing something. We know that. There's something going on, plus he's getting into game shape because of the injury as well. But he was on it tonight. He played really well, goal and an assist. So the Rangers actually had points from 9 different players. 9 different players had at least 1 point tonight, and JT Miller was exceptional. And I should also mention, Artemi Panarin was fantastic. He had another great forecheck, great night, was a beast out there. And they've really, through history, it's kind of weird that they've played incredibly well on the road. Another stat from the Rangers since 21-22, the Rangers ranked second in the NHL in points on the road and third in wins with 96 on the road. It's pretty special when they play on the road. They know how to play road games, and it's interesting to see if all this continues under Mike Sullivan. I assume it will. I'd like to see Madison Square Garden become a little more. I'd like to see them have, second in the NHL in points and third in the NHL in wins at home on home ice. And they're very good, but they, what were they, 19-19-3 last year on home ice. Would like to see them be a little more dependable at MSG, I guess would be the word. But they know how to play on the road. They played a real good road game tonight, even with taking 4 penalties. But you got to hand it to them. They bounced back. I talked about it the other day. Bounce back being a key thing. They bounced right back, came out as like a different team. And even though they wobbled in the second period, they held tough in the third. And it was really just like the other night. It was a 1-0 game into the third. And then they scored the 2 goals to make it 3-0. And then the empty netter from Fox, which was probably from like 195 feet. He was almost in his own corner pretty much when he shot it to get the empty netter. I think it was 14 seconds after JT Miller's goal. So it really put things away and made the decision pretty much 100% Rangers. So a good night there all around. The Trocheck injury is one that makes you go, ugh. Even Shesterkin said, our players played so good in front of me tonight. That wasn't the case against Pittsburgh. It was good to see Shesterkin making all the saves and being able to depend on his D-core, which, again, Soucy played well, Schneider played well. There was one play where Shesterkin was covering the puck with his glove, and one of the Sabres was whacking at it, and just Schneider came in and just floored him into the crossbar and really just defended his goalie. And you can tell how much, if this is going to be low event and every event means something, shots and shots against, you touch the main man, you're going to get it. It was really good to see Schneider jump in like that. Let's look ahead to the weekend. 2 games. Rangers play Saturday and Sunday. A rematch against the Penguins, this time in Pittsburgh. I look forward to seeing who the goaltender will be on Saturday. I would expect we may see a different goalie for both teams, but we'll see. I feel like we might see Jonathan Quick on Saturday and probably Tristan Jarry, but we'll see. It could be Shilov and Shesterkin again, which, say that 10 times fast and you'll enjoy Shilov and Shesterkin in a rematch. And then on Sunday, it's the Washington Capitals coming in. Get to see Alex Ovechkin, a Metropolitan Division tilt, yet another one. It'll be 3 of the first 4 games. It's always fun when the Rangers play the Capitals. It's not quite the Islanders rivalry or the Devils rivalry, but it's always feisty. It's always good when the Rangers play the Capitals. It's always fun, and to see how they fare on the second of a back-to-back. Should be interesting to see what kind of energy they have, see what happens at center as we wait on Vincent Trocheck news. So it'll be a busy weekend, but good games, tough battles against good divisional opponents. So I look forward to it. Again, please subscribe, leave your comments, ring the bell for updates, and enjoy the show. This is Rangers Daily. I'm your host, Todd Werwa. Enjoy the weekend.